Hey guys and gals, it's your old buddy Mr. Moose back with a little Farming Simulator 2017. Welcome back to Upper Mississippi River Valley and our single player series with the Seasons mod installed. We are on day 3 of the spring season. This is our first season that we've been in the game, and just as a refresher for everybody, we are running 6-day seasons. So spring is 6 days, summer 6 days. Yeah, y'all get the gist of it. Anyways, so we are headed over to the dairy today to pick up a little bit of equipment to continue to do some planting. We're going to be working with some slurry today, as all of our existing fields have been planted with the exception of field 24, I think it is, which I'm holding out to do in corn. And seeing as our ground temperature right now is only at 48 degrees Fahrenheit, we can't really plant yet. So if we do, we won't get any germination and we won't get any crops. So yeah, we got to wait for the ground to warm up before we do that. And since all the other fields are planted, I figured we might as well use the time to set another field up and get some soybean in the ground as well when the ground warms up. So that's the game plan anyway. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, as always, make sure you smack that like button for me, share it with your friends, comment down below, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. I try to do new content each and every day for you guys. Alright, here we are over at the dairy farm, where we're keeping most of the slurry stuff. I mean, like the field side container and the semi with the tank on it. So I'm going to come over here and pick up the field side container. We're going to take it over to field 37, which is the one that we're going to plant this time. Let's run back here and we'll pick it up. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been wondering what's been going on, because I haven't done any videos on this particular farm in almost 2 weeks, I guess. Just been a lot going on, and it's no, I haven't abandoned it. It's just there's been so many things I've been working through, some technical issues, setting servers up, all that good stuff, internet issues, and I just haven't really been able to get over here and record on it. Plus, I've been spending a lot of time playing Car Mechanic Simulator, as you can tell from the channel and all the videos I've been putting out. It's very popular right now, and I'm having a blast playing it. So, you know, I'm going to continue to play it a bit. But I do want to get back to recording farm sim videos and getting those up for you guys. So, that's what we're doing. All right, let's take a real quick update, look at the map, and I'll show you what we're talking about here. So we can bring you up to speed. So 26, 28, 29, those are planted in barley so that we can get the straw off of that. 25 and 27 are planted in oats just as a cash crop. 30 has been cultivated, plowed, and seeded in grass. Hemi and Chris got on a week ago Friday, and they helped me cultivate, plow that under, and then get it planted up. So that is done. And so what we're going to do is 37. There's 2 pieces of 37 here. I'm going to go ahead and set this field up to be a soybean field. I could have done like 31 or 23, but again, I wanted to stick with that. Let's keep it small. Let's not get so huge to begin with that we've got just a massive amount of fields. So I figured keeping it simple and keeping these fields would be our best bet. So that's what we're going to do. So 37 is going to be our field of choice today. So anyways, let's back up here. We'll grab this container, and then we will head over to the farm, and we will get things set up over on 37. So yeah, this video is going to have a lot of Courseplay in it. I'm going to do some automation today to where I'm going to be plowing while I let the computer put the slurry down and let the AI handle the delivery as well as the actual spraying of the field. And I'm going to try to come behind it and plow just to maximize my time a little bit. I like to do most of the things myself, but At some point you have to say, well, it's just going to drag on and drag on if I don't use the AI some. So it looks like 37 is shaped right where we shouldn't have any issues, and I should be able to let the AI handle some of that stuff. Yeah, so what's been going on? I guess you guys know I got the multiplayer server set up. That took a little bit of time away, and then I got sidetracked playing multiplayer on there. Then my internet started acting up, so I've had to deal with that. Last Thursday night during the live stream, somebody made a joke about we were joking about Mediacom and the internet and everything else like that. Maybe it was a week ago Wednesday, and because we were playing Farm Sim when it happened, all of a sudden my internet, my stream started suffering and buffering a lot and everything. And then when I finished the stream, my internet completely went out. And it's funny because somebody had joked in the middle of the thing. It's like, oh, all these negative comments you're making about Mediacom, they're gonna get rid of your internet. Man, this truck does not like hauling this container. I wish there was a way to dump your slurry tank back into the slurry pit. You know, if you have excess slurry, take it back and load it back into the slurry pit so that you're not stuck with a full tank all the time. And that way I could take the tank back, drain it, and then take the field side container, drain it into the tank, and have an empty field side container. But I can't rightly do that. It's sort of a pain. But anyways, yeah, somebody complained. Somebody said, yeah, they're doing this on purpose to you. And I was like, The funny thing is, I was watching another guy stream the other night, and he was having a lot of frame issues and a lot of lag, and it was complaining that it was his internet company throttling him. And after about 15-20 minutes of it, he finally on stream said, that's enough, I'm going to call these jokers. And so he picks up his cell phone, he proceeds to call them, and while he's like sitting on hold, all of a sudden his internet stream cleared up and he didn't have any more issues with it. And it's like, coincidence? I think not. You know, maybe somebody was watching his stream. They were just trolling you. Sometimes I feel like Mediacom does that to me. Yeah, somebody from Mediacom was watching, heard me talking bad, and they messed my cable up. It feels like that sometimes. All right, so since I'm going to automate this, I want to set this up so I can replicate the process every time I come into the field. So to do that, I need to make sure that the field side container is placed in the same spot every time. To do that, I'm going to go ahead and record a course that will allow me to manage that. So we're going to start a recording, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to start right down here. I'm going to pull over here, and I'm going to get the trailer and the truck aligned straight. Yeah, and then I'm going to pull up to the edge of this weed growth. And that's where I'm going to use to mark as where I want to drop the trailer. I usually try to find some sort of landscape feature or something that will cue me as to where I'll place things on a regular basis. So in this case, it's going to be that little weed bank right there. So we'll go ahead and stop the recording. That's going to put our stop point in. And now we can go ahead and save this course. And we're going to call this field 37B. And the reason I'm doing that is this field is not actually linked to 37 as far as Courseplay is concerned. So it doesn't actually have a name in Courseplay. So I'm going to call it field 37B for my references. And that way I'll know what I'm talking about. So it's the B side of 37, right? And this is going to be field side container placement. I don't have to use all caps. Come on, man. You don't have to yell it. How about actually spelling it right there, bud? All right, so that is going to be my course for field side placement. Now, if I go around here, and let's assume this is the first time we're just pulling into a freshly harvested field, and we're going to start this up. To, make this work, all I have to do is come back around here, go ahead and load up the course, field side placement, hit the little folder button here. It'll show me my start point. Come over here, go to transport mode, start at the first waypoint, drive it, and then I need to come down here and say stop at last point or next trigger, and I need to activate that. Otherwise it'll just drive itself around in a loop. But by putting that in there, it will come to the first waypoint. It will drive all the way up to the stop sign, and it will stop just short of the stop sign. And then I can finish up the placement manually. So it'll pull it right up here, following the same course that it did the last time, and it comes to a stop. I can go ahead and hit stop driver and pull it all the way up to the stop sign, having some sort of reference as to where I want to be. Drop my field side container. It's where it needs to be. And then by using that course, every time I come into this field to do this, I'll be able to put that field side container in the exact same spot each and every time. So that's the reason I'm doing it that way. I learned that in 15. That was something I used a lot in 15 when I was doing Slurry, because I'm going to be recording a course that comes down this side of the container and a course that comes down this side of the container. And I need to make sure that every time I place this, it's in the same spot. If it's off a little bit to the left or off a little bit to the right, it has the potential to interfere with one of the other two courses that I have recorded. So I need to make sure that each time it gets placed in the right spot. And that's the reason for that particular little course. All right, so back to our semi we go. It's time to do a little recording with it. So we're going to get rid of this. Now I need to record a course to haul the slurry up to field 37. Now in the previous videos, I did the whole thing in one kit and caboodle. And you remember I worried about where to start, backing up, and all that other stuff. And then after the video, somebody reminded me that I could always just record that course backing up one time and then merge that with the course going out to the field, and then I don't have to record it but once. And then each time I need to go to a different field, I can just record the path to the field and merge the two of them together. And I was like, why didn't I remember that? Because I don't play with Courseplay enough. That's the reason I don't remember it. But it was a great, very helpful little comment. I appreciate it, and a nice little reminder. If I had gotten this map in 15, I would have thought to do that right off the bat. But because I typically play a lot of multiplayer, I don't think about things like that. That's the good thing about me getting back into doing single player too. It's forcing me to relearn Courseplay and get acquainted with the new versions and the new kinks and everything that are in Courseplay. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to record our backing course right now. So same as before, do this without the trailer on here. That way we don't have any issues. And the reason I'm recording here starting at the fuel tank is I want it to be within the trigger of the fuel tank, so that way when it comes in here and it's below 20%, I can have it automatically fill itself up with fuel. So that will help us out as well. And then we're just going to pull around here as we've done many a times before. And I'm going to record this going as far up here as I need to in order to let that tank get behind the truck and then have a straight shot back to the slurry pit. Now that looks good. And I want to set this up so that I don't have to steer at all once I start the backing procedure. All right, so we're going to back up, and it's going to record this course going backwards, and it should be absolutely straight. Hands are off the wheel. I'm not even going to touch the wheel at all. All I need to do is make sure is that the back of the truck crosses this imaginary line from this little shrubbery right here at the end, which it just did. That's good. So I should be fine with this. At this point, I can switch back into forward and pull out of here, going right back straight forward again. And what I want to do is I'm going to bring the truck up here just short of this gate, and that's where I'm going to stop the course. So I'm going to stop recording right here where the nose of the truck gets right out here to this even with that. And the reason for that is this will be where this course stops, and all the courses that are recorded to go out to the fields, I'll use the gate as a visual cue point as to where to start all of those courses from. And then that way when I merge them together, they'll always work out together. So as a matter of fact, we need to record a course going out to our other field. Now I need to save that particular course there, and what we'll do is, because there's going to be Slurry at the pigs and there's also going to be Slurry here at the dairy, I'm going to go ahead and title this dairy. Let me try this again. If I have found that if I go to save a course, if I hit up here with a cursor, it doesn't type in there anymore. So I have to stop myself from trying to put the cursor in there. So I want to go dairy as a mark of what location this course starts at. All these will get into folders eventually. So dairy, and this is going to be called Slurry Refill. All right. That's good stuff there. Let's go ahead and hook up the trailer so that we'll have it as a visual cue out at the field as to where we want it to be placed. All right. And then we'll just pull around here, get the truck lined up with that gate, as I said. That'll be the starting point for this course, just right here at the gate. Doesn't matter where the trailer is positioned, just the truck itself. So let's go ahead and get that straightened up a little bit, maybe. Better bit of aligning to that stop point. It really doesn't matter. You don't have to be that precise. I just want to get it somewhat in the same area. That'll be good. Let's go ahead and get rid of that course. We'll start recording. And we'll travel out to the field that we're going to be actually spraying this time. So I didn't test the backup course. I don't really need to. I can test it. You know, normally I record a quick little loop around this dairy facility. And then I would test it first and then we'd be good. But I don't need to do that because I can go ahead and record this and then we can test it. And if it doesn't work, all I have to re-record is the refill, the backing up portion of it. This course will only have to be done one way. And that's the best thing about doing this is if I screw up the backing, I don't have to re-record the entire trip. I only have to record that one segment. So that's the benefit to doing it this way. And I forget the guy's name that pointed it out to me and reminded me about it. I wish I remembered it right off the top of my head, but much appreciated for the reminder. So we will record this real quick, and then we'll move on. So yeah. Been playing a little bit of the multiplayer. When the streams are, when Mediacom's working, hopefully they get that all resolved this week so we can continue to do multiplayer. And I'm going to mix and match between this and the multiplayer in the live streams, as well as I think I'm going to start playing Construction Simulator again a little bit more. Probably doing some car mechanic live streams. And then I also went ahead and I paid for spin tires. And so when it comes out towards the end of October, I'll probably start playing some spin tires again. There's a couple other releases that are coming up. Gold Rush is going to be releasing in October. And I think there's going to be a closed beta for Gold Rush beginning October the 2nd, I think, which I'm trying to get into, or trying to make sure that I'm into, because I do want to play it and get some advanced play on that, because I want to make sure that I showcase it for you guys, so you know whether it's exactly what you guys want. So that's coming up. So those things we're going to be playing, as well as I'm floating with the idea of maybe starting a second channel to play Tarkov on, and maybe some 7 Days to Die on, because with everything I've been going through with YouTube, I've decided that I don't want to risk having any kind of issues with YouTube based on the content that I'm putting on the channel. And I know they hate anything that has a gun in it, so that's an issue. So I thought about maybe putting another channel up that just has videos on 7 Days to Die and Tarkov or Arma or anything else like that that I decide to play that is a first-person shooter. Because as I said, you know, I played multiple games. All right, let's pull up here. Let's make sure we can unload here. Yep, we're good. So let's go ahead and put our waypoint in there. All right. And then I'm just going to come around here, swing wide, and then make our turn. And I'm going to swing to the right here so that I don't cross the path of what would be the tractor coming in to refill at the slurry point or at the field site container. And that way I don't run any issues with it. Normally I would try to isolate my inbound and my outbound, but I only plan on running one truck, so I don't really think I'm going to have any kind of issues here. And this could be a problem right here. Hopefully that isn't going to be hung up or anything else like that. That dip in the road right there could cause us an issue. I need to remember to make sure that Courseplay leaves four-wheel drive on all the time with this particular tractor when it's going. And then we'll run our course back. I know I could go straight there and run that course, and to me that seems like that's probably a faster course, but in reality this one tends to be faster. I guess maybe because it's all straight, there's not as many turns or twists in it, and you seem to be able to get to the dairy faster going this way than you do going that direction. It seems like that direction would be faster though. I know when we did the live stream, Chris and Hemi left out of 30. Hemi went this way, Chris went the other way, and Hemi actually beat Chris. But then again, Hemi is known for shenanigans, so he might have had an ace up his sleeve, might have cut across the field or something like that. I never know. I can't see what they're doing, and I try to just try to ignore it because I know some sort of shenanigan is afoot when Hemi's around. Yeah, I'm not sure whether I'm going to start that second channel or not, but I don't know. I really have to look at what games I'm going to play and what games I'm going to record and things like that. It's one of those things where I'm going to play them, and I feel like, you know, why shouldn't I record on them while I'm playing them and share them with you guys? Especially like Tarkov, because I think that's going to be a huge game. I think as they get it built out, I think people are really going to enjoy it. All right, so we'll make a couple of turns into here. All right, so this course I'm going to stop right about here. Now remember, my real fuel course starts right there at the gas pump, so I need to stop this one just short of it, which right here at the corner seems to be a good visual for that. So we'll go ahead and stop that, and we'll save this course. And again, we're originating at the dairy, so I'm going to call this dairy, and we'll call this Slurry to 37B. Boom. So that course is done. Now we just have to set it up to do the delivery. So we go into we're going to liquid transport, and I'm going to load in the course, which is going to be dairy Slurry to 37B. I'll hit the solid folder here to get that course in, and then to merge this course onto the end of it, all I do is I come over here to the plus sign, and it adds it on. And now you see that it's one solid course that starts way up here, goes all the way around, then backs up, and then everything is good. And if I come in here and I set all the parameters right, we can have it set up to where it will refuel when we're below 20%. I want to make sure that drive control always has four-wheel drive on. That way when I go into the field, I won't have any issues with it getting stuck and sliding. So that should help. And with that said, I should, from the nearest waypoint where I'm at right now, I should be able to drive the course and it should start doing its thing. And this will be where we see if our backing course works. Now, if this backing course does not work, all I have to do is unload everything, erase the backup course, re-record it, and then put them back together again and go. But I think I gave myself plenty of course here to get that thing nice and straight, and it should back it up with no problems. Because that is I mean, that's straight as an arrow for backing it in there. You get a little bit of off course because of the terrain, and it does sway just a little bit, but it looks like it's going to back it up with no problems. I'm pretty happy with that. I think that can be replicated time after time after time, and it won't end up in the fence or somewhere else like that. That's good stuff right there. So with that done, we're free to go move about and do some other stuff. And my only concerns with this now is going to be getting into the field. Hopefully it doesn't hang up trying to get in and out of the field there. So we'll turn all that off. And we will move around. We'll go back to the farm. Okay. Let's come over here. So equipment I picked up in the live stream since we were last together. I got the seed tender here, the J&M seed tender. I think I might have done a video on that, but yeah, I got the seed tender. We've got the fertilizer buckets over here, the buckhorns. Those are LBJ's mod, and then I got the little JCB so I can use it to unload, and I actually drive it out in the field to refill the seeder. The other addition is that we went ahead and bought another 6215. When Chris was with us in the live stream and he joined in, we just needed an additional tractor, so I went ahead and bought one of those. Trying to keep the equipment small though. I don't want to, even though I've loaded a little bit of money into the game, I don't want to be crazy with the equipment, and I've got a couple of more pieces I need to buy, and then I'm going to sell off all or delete all the money out of here. And then only have like about, $20,000 in the bank. But I still need to get a couple of people. Like, I need to get a weeder, and I need to go back through my list and see what I need. It's not that much. It's only a couple more pieces of equipment that I need. Oh, I got to get an auger for the, for the silos and things like that. Those little things that are essential to doing this. But other than that, oops. I should be good. And I splurged and I went and bought a gas truck here, or trailer, because the trigger point here for this particular gas pump doesn't work. And he may have updated that on his map, but I haven't gone and updated my map because I don't intend to. Unless there's something that I can't find that I can't do on the map, then I'll update, but because I don't want to have to do a wipe or anything. So I need to go back and check on the latest with this map just to see where he's at. And in all honesty, I haven't, in the last couple of weeks, I haven't gone and looked and done any reading because, again, I got a lot of stuff going on that tie up my time. All right. I still want to get into some PV17. I just, again, I don't know where the time is at to do PV17 as well as do this particular map and the multiplayer and 7 Days to Die and Car Mechanic and Construction Simulator and all the games that I want to play. Time balance becomes an issue. I want to start mixing the live streams up though a little bit and not doing the same games every day in the live streams. That's where I'm thinking about playing like Construction Sim and some of that stuff. All right, let's get over here. Ease into the field a little bit here. And we'll record our refill for this guy, which is pretty simple. It's just a little bypass that goes around that tank. So I'll start it right over here. So let's bring this up, start recording. And then I'll just turn right here, come around, line up with the side of this thing. Just bring it down the edge and drive by it. You don't have to put a waypoint in, any of that stuff. Just drive right by it, turn right back into the field, and then I can stop the course, and then I can save that course. Well, our delivery got into the field okay. That's good stuff. Did I hit the button up there? I did. Try and save that again. Wait, stop. Save course. Field 37B is the location, and this is just going to be a slurry refill, I guess. Oh, spill slurry right there, Moose. Slurry refill FSC. Build site container. There we go. Looks good to me. Save that. All right, so now all we have to do is we have to set up a course for this. We need to be in the fertilizer and seeding mode because we are fertilizing. And then we'll come over here. Now, one thing I want to show you guys about this particular field that we're in, and again, I say 3737B. The reason for that is if we look at the fields here, if we go into our path mode and we dial up field 37, I think these are meant to be one field, but they're not one field. So when we actually look at Courseplay, we see that these two fields are separated, and Courseplay doesn't even know this one exists. So we have to somehow tell Courseplay that this field exists. So we need to come back to this course control point and calculate the current edge of the field that we're sitting in. So we just do that. As you can see now that we have the field all the way marked perimeter-wise. Well, we got in and out of the field perfect. Great. So now we can save that by coming down here, hitting the plus sign, and then we'll roll this up to field 100 because there's like 50-something fields on here. So just to make this one easy to find, we'll make it field 100, and we'll add that into Courseplay. So now we should see field 100 user listed here on the path. And if we, there we go. There it is. So this thing sprays at 12 meters. I'm going to set it up for 11.5 just to give it a little overage because I've found in the past that works. Helps out a little bit. We are going to start on the northeast corner. If we look at the map, if I hit the right button, if we look at the map, the northeast quadrant is right over by the road, and if I start there and go south, I should be able to go up and down the field without any real issues. And we'll do 2 headlands around the field. So we'll start northeast, going south, and we'll do 2 headlands. That'll be good. So let's go ahead and generate that course. Let's see. All that's good. We don't need to refill or anything. Let's go ahead and show the course so we can see it. That's the way it's going to look. Shouldn't be too many issues. It might get a little interesting up here in the short part of the field. But for the most part, we should be pretty good with this. Alright, so that is done. Turn speed, drive control settings are automatic. Turn on field. I want to deactivate that. If I don't deactivate it, the stupid thing wants to back up every time when it gets to the end of the field. So let's just deactivate that. With 2 headlands around the field, it should be able to make the turn just fine. Turning circle, 9 millimeters. Let's give it 10 just to give it a little bit of room. And then we need to add on to the end of the course, we need to add in the refill course to it. So I need to come here and I need to go to 37B Slurry refill. I need to hit the solid folder, and what that will do is add that on to the particular course that we have right now. So if we look at the courses, you'll see that it's got this course marked, and then it also has this one in the memory, so that when it runs out of Slurry in here, it will say, well, remember where you're at on this course, but then go pick this course up, get some Slurry, and then when you get to here, go back to where you were. So that's the way that works. So with that done, we just need to switch over to first waypoint, hit go, and we should be on our way. If I did everything right. I'm a little rusty too, so I might make mistakes, but I think I got it right. It has been a while since I've done all the Courseplay stuff. Like I said, in 15, I had all this stuff down pat. But having not used it, and with the subtle changes that they've made in 17 to Courseplay, I haven't spent enough time to figure all the little subtleties out on it. So I can have problems every once in a while. Like, I have the problem where every once in a while the tractor just starts spinning around in circles, and really not sure where that is. I think that has to do with the backing issues. Where you try to have it turn on the field instead of just letting it turn when it gets to the end of the row. I think that might be part of the problem there. That's the reason I'm deactivating it. Plus, it takes forever sometimes for it to, you know, get to the end of the line, back up, go make its turn, come back around, back up again. It just, oh man, it can take forever. So we'll just keep an eye on this guy, see how it goes. Actually, let's go get the other tractor, and we can get the plow hooked up. We're going to use the 8R for plowing. But we got to get the slurry sprayer. We got to give it a little bit of time to get ahead of us, because it is it's got to double up it's working with before I can actually get over there. Man, I have to do some like real head bending to get track IR to spin all the way around so I can see what I'm doing. Here we go, back up a little bit more. Should be close enough right there. There it is. All right, so connect that up, and we will head on out. Good stuff. I probably ought to adjust track IR again. All right, so we'll head out of here. Let's get our lights turned on. Check and make sure they're on and spinning. All that is good. And we will head out to the field. All right. He's almost finished his first path around. And he's starting his second path, which means we should be able to start plowing behind him. Now, though, he's about out of slurry, so he's going to have to go refill. Oops. See if we can see where he ended at. Right there. go ahead and get our plow out. Alrighty. Excellent. We'll go ahead and get this side done and get lined up while it's refilling. Get all my drive control and all that stuff set up. Why is he in traffic? What? Oh, did I line that up too close? Ugh. Am I in front of the wait for it to get out? No, I'm good. I guess I'm gonna have to re-record that route. That stinks. That doesn't make any sense at all. All right, so I thought it gave it plenty of room. Stop driver. Let's get rid of the course. And I guess I got to record the whole thing all over again. Huh. Irritating. Come on now. I like it when a plan works. Not when I got to stop and do it all over again. All right, so I guess I can go slurry refill, field side container. I can delete that one. Right? And we'll just start recording a course again right here. Start recording. And we won't go as close to the field side container as we did the last time. We'll come way over here. Right about there. And then pull through. And we'll come to there. And I will stop that. Save that. Oh, come on now, fat finger. Build 37B. Here we go. Redo the course. No, not that course. 100 northeast, south, deactivated 2 things. Do that. Come here, add this to it for 37B slurry. Put that on there as well. I'm gonna get a splash just to make sure this works. I'm gonna get a splash of slurry in here. There. Just gonna get a little bit. And then I'm gonna come over here and try to find where it left off. And resume the course at that so that we don't have to go. Oh, no, that's not what I want. That's what I want. That's where I want to be. It should be right up in here somewhere. Let's see, at nearest waypoint. Should be right here. Try course. And let's see that works. Like I said, I'm a little bit rusty, so I may make mistakes every once in a while. And it comes with not doing it on a consistent basis. So that'll run out, pick up, and then we'll see if it goes over there and fills up. Might as well watch it because I can't really do a whole lot of spraying until, or I can't do a whole lot of plowing until it gets ahead of me and does some work, so. Alright, so it comes over to this course. It's going to pick it up. There we go. Come on. It shouldn't have any collision issues. There we go. That's the way it's supposed to work. Oh, did I remember to set it up with the turn on fields is deactivated still? Okay. Just making sure. Some of those things like when you're setting the transport mode, some of the things like stop at the last point, that resets itself to the default, which is deactivated every time. So if you wanted to do that, you actually have to every time flip it over to activate it. Otherwise, it won't do it, and it'll drive around in a loop. All right, so this guy's going to come down here and resume operations, and then we can begin our plowing operations. Good stuff. Now the other truck is slipping. Come on, get yourself out of there. There he goes. Everybody's working. Nope. There we are. All right. So let's get going here. Let's get our plow on. Let's sort of set up a GPS course here. That's not really the GPS course that we need set. That's not it either. Maybe that right there. That looks about good. We'll set that up. We'll have that as a reference to work off of when we start going up and down the field. Had to drag it over just a little bit, but I think we're good right there. Yeah, we should be fine with that. For now, we're going to be doing the headlands. I can turn all these lights off. I don't need them. Super cool. I'm a little deep there, but that's all right. I really don't care about it, you know, like I used to worry about trying to keep the plow perfect within the edge of the field, but let's be honest, if I was doing this for real, I wouldn't be caring, because I'd be tearing all that up and that would just be part I would be planting. So you're gonna go a little bit either way of it anyways, so it ain't that big of an issue. I used to care about that, about being precise. And then I think I got no field edges in real life. It ain't nothing but a thing. As long as you're not running into a tree or off into a ditch or something else like that, you're good. So he should be doing his first straight row there, and that's going to be interesting to see how he does when he gets to the end, which he did pretty good. I'll watch him here because I know he's going to come down here and get in my way, so I don't want to impede his progress. Although it's going to run out of slurry probably right as it makes that turn. 3, 2, 1, 0. No, don't run in the ditch. Close enough. Might have been needed to do 3 headlands in order for it to turn good, but it's doing fine. I think that's probably one of the more narrow areas on the field too, right there. So I don't know, on that backside around the tree line we might run into some issues. All right. Helper D has stopped unexpected. Come on, dude. You know you need to go get some more slurry. Go get it. I know I remembered to put that course on the end of it. What are you doing? What is your problem? Huh? Come on. Oh, wait. Now that I get over here, it decides, oh yeah, I need to go get some slurry. You silly, silly, silly operator. We got a little weight distribution issue here. This guy's kind of up in the air. Need to make some adjustments there to the disc, boss. That left side's not really digging in. Needs a little fine tuning. All right, into this row, we're gonna have to stop for a second and let that sprayer get a little process done. So what else is up ahead? So we just hit 37,000 subscribers. And as I say, we just hit it. We're almost halfway through 37, on our way to 38,000 subscribers for the channel. When we hit the 40, it'll be another round of giveaways. This one's going to be a pretty big round of giveaways because, I mean, 40,000 is a huge number to me. And I was telling everybody in the live stream Thursday night, I've toyed with a couple of different ideas for the giveaways. I thought about doing something really big, like one big grand prize, maybe a steering wheel or something like that, giving it away. But I really think I'm going to stick with the games. I think I'm going to stick with giving away games to people and letting you guys, you know, spread the wealth a little bit or spread the love a little bit. So give away... What is going on up there? I'm lost at what Courseplay is doing at the top of the field. But I think I'm just going to give away a bunch of games. And we're going to focus this time a lot on Car Mechanic Simulator giveaways because it, of course, as I said, is the game that is red hot right now. Everybody's interested in it. So some Car Mechanic Simulator giveaways, some DLCs for it will be given away. So that kind of stuff we'll probably give away when we hit 40,000. Depending on when we hit 40,000, will also dictate what I give away. I mean, if you know there's some other game that comes on the radar between now and then that I might find that is something interesting to give away, we'll give away that. But also probably give away some more Farm Sim Platinums. I'd like to give away a few more copies of that anyway between now and November. So we'll probably focus on giving some of that away. And remember, if you win a giveaway, if you haven't already collected it, please do. I got a notification yesterday that a couple of prizes hadn't been collected by people. You know, and again, these aren't free keys that I'm getting from some game company. These are things that I'm actually paying for out of my pocket. So if you win something, take the time to claim your prize, and that way I can give it away, or I can keep giving more stuff away. So all right. So we'll keep on going up through here, getting our plow on. So I'll finish up this field and get it all slurried up and plowed under, and then we'll move over to the bottom field and get it started as well. And then we'll get some boy, he has a hard time getting in and out of there, but he gets it done. Automation, when it's working, it is just super cool to be able to have all those things working together on the site at one time. I feel like I'm gonna have an issue with that thing, especially when it gets up to the slurry tank up there. I'm definitely gonna have an issue with it. Oh well, happens. All right, so this will probably be our last pass. We'll call it a day for this particular video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smack that like button for me. Share the comments with your friends. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And as I said, I always do, or I'm trying to get back into that habit of having daily videos, whether it be car mechanic or farm sim or something. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. And thanks for all the support. And again, we wouldn't have 37,000 people without you, so I do appreciate it. And like I said, when we get to 40, I'm going to have a big giveaway and lots of prizes to give away. I feel like I should be giving away stuff every day right now, because every day we hit another 1,000, or every couple of days I hit another 1,000 people, the way things have been going. But I have to wait until I got money sometimes. Anywho, thanks for watching, guys. Have yourself a great day. Thanks for coming out and being with me today, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.